Hello everyone, KingslayerKoshy, and welcome back to Plants vs. Zombies. In the last part, we took it to the zombies and beat them off our front lawn in day one of our survival against the zombie apocalypse. Or whatever you want, a zombie home invasion squadron, I don't know. And in this part, we're gonna fight them in the backyard. And in the last part, we got a lily pad. Now, this plant may not seem like much, but it's probably the most important plant that you'll need in this level. You will not be able to thrive without it, because without it, you won't be able to plant plants naturally on the water, unless you have a specific plant, which we won't get until the nighttime version of this level. Also, this layout is important because it's the layout that is used for the endless survival mode in the mini games. One of the mini games is a endless survival gauntlet against all the zombies, and this is the layout that they choose for said survival, because this layout allows the use of all plants that you will get throughout the game. Some of them I can ask, I don't understand why we'd use them in this said location, but all of them, with the exception of one, are usable here. And because of that, that's why this map is used for the endless survival mode. Now, right now we're using the same strategy as before. Only difference is now we got 12 sunflowers to work with instead of just 5. Well, 10. And one thing about the potato mines that actually makes them somewhat useless here is that before the potato mines only work on areas with solid ground. So the area where the pool is can't be used by a potato mine. Even if you put a lily pad on there, you try to drop a potato mine on there and set it up, it's not gonna work. So soon we're gonna get something that's gonna help mitigate that error. But for right now, we're kind of just stuck in an impasse. And I don't understand why I got rid of the walnut, but yeah, I got rid of the chompers because they're just taking up space now and time. That zombie's gonna die. And I slowly work my way towards getting rows of repeaters ready for action. And now we meet the zombies on the water. Oh yeah, another thing to note about the zombies on the water is that I would recommend that you cover the entire floor with lily pads. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think it works that way, so never mind, this is what I want to say. But the reason I said that would work is that if you remember from back in the nighttime section when we had to deal with the tombstones, and at the final wave, a huge wave of zombies would show up. Same thing happens here with the backyard. Thankfully, you don't have to deal with zombies appearing anywhere, they just appear at the pool. So, use that knowledge to help keep yourself alive. And As long as you remember that, it's not too bad. It's not too bad until we get to the later zombie layouts, because this isn't the worst of them. But with the death of the zombie, which should happen momentarily, we get our replacement for the potato mine. The squash. As the name implies, squash is zombies. And we get to replace that. And Crazy Dave has come to us because we have $5,000. So he's going to give us an extra seed slot to play with. And standard zombies here, nothing new to report on yet. Typical football zombies, newspaper readers, coneheads, same stuff we've seen before, just in a bigger area. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with stuff like football zombies. Thankfully, we don't have to see stuff like football zombies underwater or anything like that. Thank God. That'd be kind of terrifying. Although we do have something just as bad, if not worse. But anyway, yeah, here's the squash. The good thing about squash is that you can... it's pretty much active the moment you set it down. And the moment it sees a zombie, whether it's forward or backward, it will squash it. If it sees one in front, it will squash it. If it sees one in the back, it will go back and squash it. Very useful. And I'm just gonna pretty much mimic the same strategy that I did before, only with squash. Another good thing about the squash is that you can actually plant them on the lily pads. So if you need something to insta-kill zombies quick, this is your go-to plant to do it. And it has a decently fast charge rate. Although it may just seem like it comes back at the times when I actually need it, but it has a pretty decently faster charge rate. And as soon as I get the last two sunflowers ready, we should be good to go. Yeah, squash is a really cost-effective insta-kill plant to use. Saves you money and it helps you save a lot of sun for the more important plants that you need. Like repeaters, and chompers, and the walnuts. But speaking of walnuts, I really should be planting them because they have a very long recharge rate. And as you saw there, I got a present, which essentially is the mini games that I was referring to. I'm not sure how the mini games work again because I never actually touched them until after I beat the game, so I'm not sure. The more you play the game, like the farther you get in the game, the more games are unlocked, or if all the games are unlocked from the start. I think the case is once you beat the game, I think all of them, like you unlock more as you go through the game. But yeah, minigames are there to essentially just net you extra money for the shop. What the shop does is it'll help you buy plants, and it comes in multiple variations of what the shop does. I'll explain it more when we get to it because there's a lot to get into it. The Zen Garden is a way to get money, minigames are a way to get money, but all this money is used at the shop. Which you need, which you spend the money for to buy upgrades. Upgrades to improve your plants and make them stronger. For those who are wondering, like, well, what are you talking about with the upgraded plants? These, we haven't seen the shop yet, so how do you know I'm not talking out of my ass? We'll see the shop eventually. We should see it pretty soon, actually, now that I think about it, but... And just give it a little time. We will see this shop, and we will eventually, see what the shop has to offer us. But as of right now, you're just gonna have to trust me. And I should be planting a squash to kill that guy, but instead, third repeater. Because why not? Third repeater kills it a little quicker anyway. And with 3 rows of repeaters, all I can say is these guys pretty much have no way of getting to me. Unless they come in droves. And with this final wave, there's the cherry bomb, which horribly missed. But it didn't matter because the repeaters, and now we get an interesting plant. A 3-peater. It shoots peas in 3 lanes. And now we meet one of the, and alongside that, now we meet one of the most obnoxious zombies in the game. Divers. The thing with divers is, until they make contact with a plant, they will not come up for you. They will not come up. They will stay underwater, and they won't do anything until they touch, until a plant gets in their way. They can be incredibly annoying. So I'm still going to do the same strategy of using squash to weed out the starter zombie wave. But anyways, the 3-peater. The thing about this, the 3-peater is that it shoots 3 peas in 3 different lanes. And it can be useful if you properly set it up. What makes it challenging though is getting the proper setup. Because they cost a lot of sun. Fortunately though, because of how they work, it's pretty easy to generate. It's a pretty easy way to distinguish how you're supposed to you want to make the most bang for your buck using the 3-peaters. Put it in a lane where you will shoot the peas in 3 lanes. So don't put it all the way at the top and don't put it all the way at the bottom. Just put it in the middle areas and you will make the most out of it. So combine a couple of 3-peaters with a couple of repeaters and you'll make a pretty effective shoot to kill scenario. Very effective. Now as soon as my insets show up. Unfortunately, the downside is they are pea shooters at the end of the day. So yeah, they are pea shooters at the end of the day, so that's something you gotta take into consideration. Yeah, the reason I took out that repeater is because I'm planning to put another repeater in there. Okay, so I'm doing something pretty interesting here. I think I'm just using repeaters in the middle. Okay, I think I understand what I'm trying to do. So basically I'm using a 3-peater in the middle, top middle and bottom middle, and covering up the holes, the rest of the holes with repeaters. So if I'm right, I should either do one of 2 things. And here's the diver asshole. And another one. So yeah, as you can see, because he was underwater, nothing was able to shoot at him. So what I'm doing is planting lily pads, and eventually when you reach a certain point, put walnuts there to make it so that it takes a while for the diver to get through. Okay, yeah, so there we go, that's my strategy. Put repeaters, put multiple repeaters in the middle and the top and bottom. And top, middle, top, bottom is covered with nothing but 3-peaters. Sound strategy. And it will make some, and you will probably get pretty far with the strategy. I just watched the carnage unfold. And I misplaced my walnut because I'm an idiot. I don't know why Yeah, why did I get rid of that? Walnut. Whatever. We're almost at the end, and I have a cherry bomb ready, and I'm not afraid to use it. And with this setup, all the zombies should be as good as dead. Fortunately, the diver zombies are easy to get rid of. But with the last zombie dead, we get something that would have helped us earlier. And we'll see what that is next time. See you then!